Good day, good dog, and mortis y'all, and welcome to a new video from my favorite below average golfer and gamer. Today, we're playing Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2 once again, and we're going to recreate a battle from a movie that I just saw, Alien vs Predator. That means that we're going to see aliens, a lot of them, or xenomorphs or whatever you want to call them, against predators, a lot of them as well, in multiple forms. These are melee units, and then we have some range units, and also in the movie we had, I don't know, one or two human characters that actually made a difference. So we're gonna have a human character that also is able to make a difference, and that is obviously the biggest and baddest hunter of them all, the gunslinger John Wick. So yeah, so what we're seeing is 210,000 aliens against 14,601 predators plus John Wick. So without further ado, let's get it on. So as we can see, the the ranged predators are pretty OP. So they have like tank shells that they're shooting. So the aliens are not having a good time at the start here, fortunately. But yeah, there's so many more of them. This is going to be an interesting fight to see. And what we did was that we told Mr. John Wick to hold. So what he's doing is basically just kicking ass where he's standing. You can take a slow-mo round just to see how cool he is. And then we need to do the same thing as we did in previous video. The actual battlefield, look at it. Whoa, in slow-mo, the aliens are flying. And then when we normal speed, whoa, even more. So cool. So then the melee predators are kicking ass here. I think they're a bit more powerful than the aliens, which is, yeah, obviously correct from the movie perspective as well. But yeah, let's see how this this plays out. I think that what's happening here is that the ranged. Why are you just standing here? Why aren't you doing anything? Okay, well, the ranged predators are shooting at the aliens, and then the aliens are flying all over the place, and the ones that sort of fly from the front line here over to, as we can see here, to the melee side of things, then they are swarmed by the predators. So yeah, there's a lot of aliens flying, but there's also a lot of aliens waiting for their turn. So again, slightly like in the previous videos that I've made in UEBS2, is that think about these aliens here. If they obviously they have pretty big heads, I assume they have pretty big brains too, but they're sort of standing here and seeing what happens in front of them, where their friends and comrades and partners and whatever you want to call them are flying all over the place, and they're just waiting for their turn to fly around. But yeah, let's let this develop here for a while and see where we get to. We're at 1,200, 1,300 dead from Predator side and 24,000 from the alien side. So let's see how this develops. Welcome back. It looks like that the front has moved, so something has happened, and I see more alien bodies, I think, than I see predators, even though there's a lot of predators also covered in the red stuff. Let's see at the numbers, or take a look at the numbers. So there's 100,000 down from the alien side and 6,000 from the predator side. So 8,000. It's going to be interesting how this this ends, because now at this point I think the number of melee units is going to start going down, and the less Predators have of those, the more difficult it is for them to keep up the pace that they have been on now. So there's 8,000 left and 98,000 left. So how is it going with our friend John Wick, the only human here? He's kicking ass, seems like, and with his amazing range. He's bloodied up as well. I think he's taken some damage from... So I think that the aliens have such thick skin that they are... The bullets that he's shooting are ricocheting back, and some of them obviously have hit him as well. So that's why he's covered in blood, but he's doing his best. What a trooper! And I've told the Predators with range to stand still, so that they won't wander off and run away. That's better for them because okay, but they're not engaging with anyone. Not too much either, at least, because I think they don't have enough range, but it doesn't matter. At some point, the melee units are starting to... The number of melee units for the Predators are starting to go down, and then it's again more opportunities for the range units to actually do something. So yeah, interesting to see. Yeah, I think now what we're seeing is that because the range units are not in range anymore, the melee units are not getting the fire support that they were getting at the start, which means that they're not able to isolate so many fights with aliens that sort of fly away from the front. And then I guess the sheer numbers of the aliens are sort of starting to eat away at the melee Predators. But let's see if there's any areas where... Okay, so yeah, we see more out here where we see more action from these guys. We see that the front is way thinner, so the aliens have been eradicated from here a bit quicker, and it's the same thing with this one here. Obviously, it's a big thing to get some like proper shells in there. So I think when... Yeah, these guys are... Oh, there's a... So they've pushed through here, but now these guys are then engaging. So yeah, interesting. Interesting. And so they are trying to get to the range units as well, but they are getting shot. And they are flying away, so not having a good time. But okay, so now these guys are starting to get surrounded by aliens. How is it looking? 4,000 left. Okay. But that's just that one front, because those guys here are... Okay. This is interesting. Very interesting how the tides sort of turn and how this ends up now, because the melee units, the melee Predators, are getting overrun from both sides. And there's like this passage between the two fronts where these guys are just swarming in and doing whatever they do best, which is kick ass and take names. No one's getting too close to our friend John Wick yet, so let's stay here for a while and see how these guys manage to fight back the alien swarm that tries to run over them. The ranged Predators are really fighting back. I was expecting them to go down quicker, but I think they are actually doing a pretty good job. And oh, what happened there? I wasn't supposed to go there. Interesting. But I think it's the same thing here. So the melee units, no, the range units are getting surrounded, but they are doing a lot of splash damage and so on, so that's why they're keeping the enemy at bay. It's looking even better in here because I think, yeah, there's still a lot of melee predators here, so this side of the battle is pretty safe, I would say. They haven't really gotten to, or have they? Where's Mr. John Wick? Did they get him? Oh no, oh no, they've wiped out our only human friend, Mr. John Wick. Well, that was inevitable, I think, because the humans are not good enough. Okay, so these melee predators are getting swarmed. Unfortunately, they're not going to make it, but still we have a lot of good stuff going on here. And these guys are still holding their own, it looks like, and it's the same thing here, holding their own, and these guys are also holding their own. Let's take a look at sort of slow-mo look of the battle. Oh, it's chaos, explosions. Whoa, this was cool. This is gonna be in the intro. Nice. Pretty cool. Let's see how. So 600 predators left. That's not too many, and 33,000 of those. And now yeah, the problem is that the aliens that were sort of bound here are now engaging the remaining melee units here, and they are also getting overrun, which is not going to end well for the melee predators, unfortunately. So this might actually end slightly differently than in the movie. Spoiler alert, because in the movie the predators obviously win. 427,000 left. The good thing with the is that they are sort of keeping the aliens at bay, and they're not that hard hitting dudes, these aliens, that they sort of do, and the predators can take a few hits before they go down. So I think it's what's a puddle of blood. So okay, so the fight has now concentrated into four areas, and yeah, I think that they. Let's see. It might actually be that the predators actually do take this home, just because of the sheer firepower that they have. But if they start going down quicker than what they're going down now, they're going to be in big trouble, because then. Interesting. But I think these guys here are doing the best, because they have the smallest amount of aliens that are trying to get to them. So as soon as those guys have sort of gone through the surrounding aliens, then they could go and attack, but I've told them to hold, so they will be standing there and maybe trying to shoot at these guys here, for example, or someone. But I think this group is the one that is in biggest trouble, because there's most aliens and least amount of predators, even though there's still quite a few. Okay, let's where do we want to take a sort of quick look? Oh, that doesn't give you a good picture. Here maybe. Here we see how this develops. Let's give it a few minutes. Okay, a few minutes would have been way too long, because we see that these guys are standing there. Oh, and one alien is trying to get to them, so they managed to fend off the assault. These guys did too, as did these guys. And then we have the last front here where the aliens are trying to do their best to eliminate the Predators, but their firepower seems to be just too much. And there's, in addition, also they're getting support from those guys there and something from there. So I think it's safe to say now that I was wrong. Once again, it's very weird for me to be wrong so many times in such a short time. I'm referring to the first video where Chuck Norris didn't like Lord of the Rings. Obviously, that's the first one, and that was maybe a month ago. So very unusual. But as I digress. But it seems like that the Predators are actually able to put the aliens to sleep and stay true to the film or the movie. Just need to wait this to play out. Now there's less aliens than there are predators. This is just the last seconds of something inevitable, as Mr. Smith from The Matrix would say. 17, few, 2, 1. Where's the last one? Where is the last alien? What? Where is it? Is it here? No. What on earth? Where is the last alien? Well, it doesn't matter. We've lost the last alien. We don't know where that dude is, but I think this is a good place to conclude the video by saying that the Predators won, slightly to my surprise after what happened at the middle of the video, but good for them. And as I said, great that we were able to stay true to film or the movie, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so at this point, I think what I'll say to you guys is thanks for watching, have a great day, and morjes.